I've told some of you the story about the guy that put in my sprinkler system a few years back. He says to me one day, I sure would like to put a system in your neighbor's yard. The developer lived next door and had a huge yard. I said, you should go talk to him. He's in his mid-70s. He drags hoses all over that yard. A few days later, I see my sprinkler guy, and he says, hey, I talked to your neighbor. He said he wanted to think about it. But I told him he better not think about it too long. At his age, you're in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. Now, I have to say my man wasn't the smoothest. Oh, yeah, he sold a sprinkler system. He just didn't get paid for it. You remember what I said? Some people are good salespeople, but they don't close. My man created the interest, and my neighbor called someone else to buy a sprinkler system from. You know, again, that's a classic example of not getting paid for being the salesperson. A close that might have worked well would have been the you deserve it close. It's a much nicer way to say, you'd better get this now so you can enjoy it before you die. There are a lot of ways to use this close, but for starters, it's a trial close. It works very well for your senior prospects who were not part of the I or we deserve it generation. You're the ambassador that informs them they deserve to spend some of their money on themselves. The agreement's laying on the table with your pen on top of it, and Mrs. Smith might say, you know, we really don't need this. We've been here and lived this long without it. And what Mrs. Smith is really saying to herself is, am I really worth spending that much money on something I want and really don't need? See, it's not about the product being worth the money. So you say, Mrs. Smith, if I might, you're right. You don't have to have this new car, house, whatever, but you deserve it. Others would want you to have it. Sure, you can get it later, but why would you want to? Let your prospects know it's okay for them to reward themselves.